Hey, Ziegler, kommt daher zu mir geschwind. A schöne Liederle will ich singen euch erzählt. Von a Pastechel heb das Liederle sich on und a Meidale was hat Kischef im geton. Hey, Ziegler, hört, was weiter ist geschehen. Lustig, lebendig, ist einmal das Pastechel gewesen. Heint wie umetig, guck die Schäferlech nicht an. Bengt noch de Meidale, was hat Kischef im geton. Hey, Ziegler, hört von dem Meisele dem Sof, wie es soll im Lach, blongen it sein Bidne Schof, tief in Teichale, liegt das Pastechel noch heint, und das Meidale sitzt beim Wasser und weint. Tief in Teichale liegt das Pastechel noch heint, und das Meidale sitzt beim Wasser und weint. Hey, Ziegler,
Okay. Daniel, would you like to read the English, please?
Yeah, again. We have listened to Mordecai Gebertig's song Räsele in the past. Mordecai Gebertig was born in Krakow in 1885. He worked as an actor in Yiddish theater and wrote for the Yiddish socialist newspaper Der Sozialdemokrat, the Social Democrat. He performed his own songs in public. A collection of his songs was published in 1920 under the title Volksstimmlich in the folk style.
Go on.
A second collection, Meine Lieder, My Songs, came out in 1936 and sold 1,000 copies. He gained even more recognition in 1938 with his poem Es brennt, It's Burning, which he wrote in response to a pogrom in Poland. He was murdered in the Krakow ghetto in 1942. We have heard several songs sung by the Israeli singer Shava Alberstein. She sings in many languages and has an international reputation.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Elaine, will you start reading the Yiddish, please?
Hey, Ziegelech, kommt daher zu mir, geschwind. A schön Liederle will ich singen euch erzählt. Hey, little goats, come to me quietly. I'll sing you a beautiful song now.
Quietly or quickly?
Quickly.
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 What is quickly?
Geschwind.
Didn't I say that?
No,
Didn't
you
I
said-
say that?
You said quietly.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have written quickly. Okay,
It's your
thank you.
handwriting.
Yeah, okay. Von a Pastechel hebt das Liederle sich on. Und a Mädele was hat Kischuf im getun. About a little shepherd, the song starts about a little shepherd and the song starts and a young girl who bewitched him.
Good.
Okay. Can you continue, Elaine?
Sure. Hey Ziegelech, hört was weiter is geschehen. Lustig lebendig is amol das Pastechel gewinn. Hey little goats, listen to what else happened. Cheerful or merry, lively once the little shepherd was.
Mhm.
Heint wie umetik, but today, how sad, lonesome, sad. Guck die Schäferlich nicht an. He doesn't even look at, he doesn't even consider the little sheep. Bengt noch ein Mädele, was hat Kishuf ihm getan. He still yearning for the young girl who bewitched him.
Good. Okay. Thank you. Golda, can you read, Golda?
Hi, Sigalach, head von Meisele, dem Sof. Sie Simon Lech, Lungen, it's sein business shop. Hey, little goat, listen to the story's end. How little orphans, got lost now. Lost now his shop, his
Business
He's-
pitiful.
okay, his pitiful shop.
Sheep, his pitiful sheep.
Okay, thank you. Tiefen Teichel elliptus pastichel nach. Deep in the lake, a shepherd is still lying there today, Heinz. Und das Mädel sitzt beim Pastichel und weint. And the little girl sits by the water and cries.
Good.
And I said fine because it rhymes with Heinz.
Mhm.
Sure,
Ich such Wein die ganze Zeit.
sure.
Ja.
Ich
Ich
such
weine
Wein.
ständig, ich bin eine Galizianer, aber Menschen
Ja.
sagen, es ist nicht Wein, es ist Wein.
Wein. No, okay. Any questions until now? Any questions about? Yes, Fagel.
Yeah, I had a question on the first page where it says,
Okay, I'm
"Singen
going.
I atsind," the last two
Yeah.
lines. How would
Okay,
you translate that exactly literally with the I?
Maurice, please.
Kommt daher zu mir geschwind,
No, ich
Schein Liedl,
euch
will ich
singen. Ich
singen
euch
euch.
singen euch.
No, I will sing you a beautiful song right now.
The euch singen means, how is that different than just singen? Euch singen, I will.
No, it's not ois. What
Euch.
ich will ich singen euch to you.
Oh.
I will sing to you. Euch is for you.
Eichel.
Okay, Fagel?
Okay, yeah, no, I'm looking at a different sheet. There's alternate lyrics I found. It's written slightly different, but okay, I see
Oh,
what you're saying.
Well,
Okay,
No, on my
okay.
copy, it says
yeah,
Okay.
euch singen I. But I see why you, yeah, okay, I
Yeah.
wasn't reading along.
Yeah.
Thank you.
From
Right.
this, from the screen. Any other questions before we listen to it once again?
What is accent?
Now,
right now.
Oh, okay, thanks.
And I'd like to ask on the third line, that word pastikel.
Pastachel.
Yeah, what is that?
Shepherd.
It's
A
the
shepherd?
diminutive.
Yeah, a
It's the
pasticle is a
diminutive.
shepherd, right?
A pastikel is a shepherd?
Yeah, I think the root of that word is like pasture, like it's the person who's on the obstacle, the one in the path. But yeah, a shepherd. So the goats are witnessing the boy taking care of the sheep. I thought at first that he was tending to the sheep, to the goats, but he's not a goat herder. He's a sheep herder, right?
Thank you for that, Fago. I appreciate that because I was confused myself.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay. Let's listen to it once again. It's daunting. It's very eerie, the song.
So the shepherd is singing? He's the one who's,
No, it's a song about the shepherd.
oh,
The
about,
shepherd, he committed suicide. He took his own life. So
oh,
he cannot sing. So it's about him.
Hey, Ziegler, kommt daher zu mir geschwind. schöne Liederle will ich singen euch a Zint von a Pastechel heb das Liederle sich on und a Meidale was ot Kischef im Geton. Hey, Ziegelech, hört, was weiter ist geschehen. Lustig lebendig ist einmal das Pastechel gewesen. Heint wie umetig, guck die Schäferlech nicht an. Bengt noch de Meidale, was ot Kischef im Geton. Hey, Ziegelech, hört von dem Eisele dem Sof, wie es soll im Lach, blongen it sein Bidne Schof, tief in Teichele, liegt das Pastechel noch heint, und das Meidale sitzt beim Wasser und weint. Tief in Teichele liegt das Pastechel noch heint, und das Meidale sitzt beim Wasser und weint. Hey, Ziegelech.
Okay. Any questions? I see Pookie. Yes, Cookie.
Pasicle,
Pastechel.
pasicle. What does that mean?
Pastechel.
Shepherd, Pastachel is a shepherd.
Oh, again, I asked the same thing, the shepherd.
Yes.
So
Okay.
thank you, Sandra.
Okay. Beverly, you want something or you're
Oh,
just
sorry. She has such a fabulous voice. What a beautiful voice.
yes, she does.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Learned a lot of my songs from her tape. Yeah.
Maurice, yeah.
I just want to point out that it's pretty remarkable that Gebirtig wrote songs that were so varied in their, so different one from the next. We've listened to the song Rezele, which is a funny song. It's romantic, but it's funny. And we've listened to the song Kinderjoren, which is very nostalgic. And the song Mottele, about a kid who refuses to
God, I love
pay
it.
attention in class, and his father's always getting on him. Just a wide variety,
Yeah. But a lot of his other songs have more melodic than this one. This one, the melody doesn't seem to matter.
Well,
other
it's
than the wailing.
haunting. Right, it's
Yeah,
Kishif,
than
it's
the wailing.
suicide, it's
But,
haunting.
well, Maishala, my friend, oh, it's a beauty.
No, it reflects the shepherd and the sheep.
Right.
The melody reflects his
Falling.
loneliness, and
Yes.
I don't know how to express it.
Very haunting.
Vinkl, yeah.
One of the things that's intriguing to me about the lyrics is it seems at first he's blaming the woman for bewitching him, or the young girl, Kishifmacher, like, is she a witch? But then we feel sympathy for her because at the end she herself is crying.
Sure.
She's not such a villain. It's not as simple as that.
Right.
Elaine.
Well, I don't think Gebirtig believed in Kishif literally, but no.
Elaine.
Yeah, I know that we've all, referred to children as Ketzela, little
Sure.
Ketzela. Has anyone heard Shefela?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
You
For
know what?
babies, especially for babies.
I heard that from someone 60 years ago. A
Yeah.
long time
Sure.
ago.
My
I
mama
never,
had
Yeah.
to-
I never knew what it meant. I just thought it was a
You
term
had
of
to wait
endearment.
60
I had to
years.
wait all this.
What word was it? What word was it?
Shefela.
Shefela.
My
Shefela.
mama had gerufen
is
mir
a
Shefela,
Shefela.
yeah.
Shefela is a
Shefela.
little sheep.
Shefela, yeah.
What about
Yeah.
Bible?
It's about for a
Ju-
baby.
My
Yes,
my
just to-
mama
yeah.
had gerufen mir Shefela.
Shefela.
Shefela. That's because of your hair, yeah?
Ik heb een zacht meer hair.
Yeah.
Chogahat.
Chogat, yeah. Daniel,
Chogahat.
Oh, God.
Daniel, yes?
Yeah, I just wanted to share. In Bayerisch, even to this day, Schäfer is a pretty common term of endearment. It was my pet name for my first boyfriend, even. So it's still in play, at least in the South. And I guess that's not too surprising because Yiddish's roots in the Southwest.
Ah,
Okay, I
okay.
have to tell you, I gave birth in
What about
Tübingen.
Vinkl?
My son was born in Tübingen in Germany,
Yeah.
and we were there on postdoc. Anyway, and at the hospital, I suddenly understood everyone because Bayerisch was so close to Yiddish. I really understood everyone. It was so nice. It was fun.
What
I
language?
like that.
They speak Yiddish,
Minna,
only they speak it
what
badly.
language? Minna, what?
Bayerisch.
Bayerisch, the south of
Bavarian.
Germany.
I never heard.
Irish.
But
South of Germany. In
Yeah.
Bayern.
Bayern is Bavaria, so Bayerisch is Bavarian.
Irish.
Where München is, where Munich is.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's Bayerisch.
Yeah, when
Okay,
I was in college, my boyfriend and I would speak Bayerisch to each other because I taught him we did the standard German, and it would annoy the hell out of everyone else as we just turn to each other and start speaking Bayerisch in front of them.
How do you
Well, they thought you were
spell that?
speaking Yiddish, that's all.
Bayerisch?
Yeah. How do you spell that word?
CH.
Yeah, how do you spell it? Yes.
B-A-Y?
Byris.
It's Bavarian. Bavarian.
Yeah.
Okay, Bavarian.
So spell it again.
Irish is
Bayerisch.
Oh,
Bayerisch.
Irish.
Never heard of that.
Bavarian.
Me
It's
neither.
Bavarian.
First
It's a
time I ever heard
dialect.
that
It's
word.
a German dialect. It's a
Mhm.
dialect of the South.
Oh.
Everybody's
There's an
talking. I
argument.
can't hear the spelling.
Just do it Bavarian.
Oh,
In
Yeah.
English, it's
Right,
Bavarian.
Bavarian.
Oh,
right.
yes.
It's
In
sort of
E-
like Scots, where no one can decide whether or not it's a language or a dialect, and obviously the Bavarians are very insistent it's a language.
Okay.
It's spelled in Google, it's spelled Bayerisch or Bayrisch.
Standardized
Okay,
spellings are Prussian imposition.
Dr. Google.
I love
Anyway,
it. It's Bavarian. I love it.
okay. I think we will leave southern Germany and we will move now to Ingele, and okay. So that's Ingele. And we were on which page were we? Let me see, 145. 145.
145.
And we were in the middle where it says keiner.
145.
Keiner. Keiner sot Ingele nicht bemerkt. Here. Here. Susan, can you continue? Keiner?
keiner hat Single nicht bemerkt. Man hat nur der Herd etwas a Schorch. Nobody noticed the little boy. They just heard something like a rustle. Und alle haben sich herumgeguckt und der Aschmodai hat sich euch umgeguckt. Everybody looked around and Ashmedai also looked around. Und hat sich umgerufen and he called out, Ich höre etwas wie Emitzer is rein, aber seh ich keinem nicht. I hear it's like somebody came in, but I don't see him. I don't see anybody. Und alle Ministerien und Generalen haben geantwortet, and all his ministers and his generals answered, Jo, wir hören etwas euch. We also hear something. Aber sehen wir gar nicht größer König. But in terms, as far as seeing, we don't see anything, our great king. Und Ingele Ringele hat sie allemen gesehen und sich zerlacht. And Ingele Ringele saw them all, and he started laughing, hoich auf dem Kohl, and laughing loudly. Haben sie
Just a moment, Susan, just to remind you, he can see and no one can see him. The Ringele made him to be, that he can see everyone, no one can see him. And
He's
that's how we
invisible.
want, yeah, he's
invisible.
invisible. Just to
Meta,
remind, yeah,
Can
just
you
to
make
remind,
this, can you make this a little
make
bit
it
larger?
larger.
Just a
okay,
little bit, yeah, better.
okay,
There,
okay,
good.
Move
okay,
it to
go on.
the,
I just wanted people to remember where we are. Okay, so,
kannst es machen noch größer.
Can you move it to the right a little?
Yeah, move it to the right.
Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
okay, I made it bigger. Okay.
haben sie sich nur erschrocken, and they got really got scared. Und der Ashmodai noch mehr von allem, and Ashmodai himself more than the others got scared, I guess. Und hat a Geschrei getun, and he yelled out, Wer lacht us? Who's laughing at this? Is dus a shod, oder a ruach? Is this a demon, or is it a ghost? Empfert Ingele Ringele, und keiner seht ihm als nicht. And then Ingele Ringele answered, and nobody sees him. Nobody sees him. Nit kein shod, nit kein ruach. Not a demon, not a ghost, nor von Shloimen HaShliach, but a messenger from Shloime HaMelech.
Go on a little bit. Go on, Susan, go on.
Oh, more? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Nit der Ashmodai, git der Ashmodai a klap mit einem gildenem Rut. So Ashmodai gives a bang with his golden rod, was is in sein Hand, which is in his hand, und a geschrei, and he yells out, Ich seh dich nicht, und ich weiß nicht, wer du bist. I can't see you, and I don't know who you are. Nor du bist a Ligner, but you are a liar. Bist nicht kein Schod, und nicht kein Ruach. You're not a demon, and you're not a ghost. Over euch von Schleumen kein Schliach, but you're not a messenger from Schleume. While ich bin Schleume because I am Schleume.
Okay, thank you, Susan. Rochelle, please go on.
Yeah. Schreit euch Yingele Ringele. Du bist a Ligner. And Yingele Ringele replies, you are the liar. Du bist nicht Shloime der König von Yisrael. You are not Shloime the king of Israel. Nor der Amadea der König von Sodom. You are Amadai, the king, Ashmedai, the king of
Demons.
Demons, thank you. And I just had it in my head. Du hast Schleumen vertreiben und verbettlech ihm gemacht und allein auf sein Thron sich gesetzt. You ousted Shlomo, and you made him a beggar, and you are sitting on his throne. Haben sich alle gewundert, wer kann das reden? And everybody wondered who was saying this. Und der Aschmedai hat genommen zittern wie a
Kaduches.
I don't know what that means.
Fever.
It's like a plague.
Oh, okay. So he began shivering or trembling like a plague. Und hat noch Heche genommen schreien zum Jingele mit dem Dingele, mit dem Ringele, welche hat nicht gekannt sehen. And he still continued to scream at the boy with the ring that he could not see. Ich seh dich nicht und ich weiß dich nicht. I don't see you and I don't know you. Aber die Christ, aber die bist a Ligner. I don't see you and I don't hear you, but you're a liar. Ich bin nicht der Aschmedai, no Shloime, der König von Israel. I am not the Ashmedai, I am Shloime, the king of Israel. Sucht Jingele Ringele zu die alle Ministeren und Generalen. So Jingele Ringele says to all the ministers in general, sucht liegen. He's telling a lie. Ot der Nefesh, was sitzt, der Eufen Thron. The neshama, like neshama, the soul that is sitting on the throne. Ich sag euch, as is nicht Shloima. I'm telling you that he is not Shloima, nor a Taivel, but a devil. Der Taivel von alle Taivlim, the devil of all devils. Und euch, ich glaubt, and oib ihr glaubt mir nicht, and if you don't believe me, to nehmen und sitzt herunter von seine Fies die Socken. To nehmen und zieht herab von seine Fies die Socken. If you don't believe me, take his socks off. Wird ihr sehen, you will see, as hat hinnerische Fies, that he has foul like chicken feet, azoi the alle Taivlim, just like all the devils.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Barbara, yes?
Yeah, so the question is, no, excuse me, Ot der Nefesh. So I'm trying to understand Ot der Nefesh. Why, could you explain that phrase to me?
Yeah, it's the soul. There is obviously somebody sitting on the throne, and it is somebody's soul, but not King Solomon's soul. It is the soul of the devil.
How does the devil have a soul? That's where I was, questioning.
I
was curious. I had never heard that. So
I think Nefesh here is used sarcastically, like that character, that guy.
Oh, I
that
got
wise
okay.
guy over there.
I got it.
Yeah, it's not
thank
literally
you.
soul, but it's
Okay.
Thank
you.
Yeah, back up at the middle of the page where it says Vienna Kadoches. I thought Kadoches is more malaria than a
Kaduches is malaria, yeah.
Right.
But yeah. Kaduches. Someone was saying something?
Did you want to come to the art talk?
No, because I'm doing a Zoom class.
Okay, so where are we? Oder Ashmedai. Beverly, please.
Oh, where are we?
Yes. Oder Ashmedai.
Der Ashmedai genommen schreien zu die Ministeren, right, und die Generalen. So Ashmedai started yelling to the ministers and the generals, Hört ihm nicht, don't listen to him. Ot dem welchen ihr seht oh, the one that you don't see. Sagt liegen, he lies. Und hat genommen drehen mit die Fies, and he started to twirl with his feet, you think? Twirl?
Yeah, to move his feet, to twirl
Yeah,
with his feet.
twisting. Azoi wie wollt. Zij willen behalten, just the way he wants them to see it, I think.
To hide them.
To hide them.
To hide them. He twisted his feet around to hide
Oh,
them. So they shouldn't see his chicken feet.
He wanted to hide them.
Right.
Hat sich takke geschrocken. He really got scared. Men soll von ihm nicht herabnehmen die Sachen. Oh, that they shouldn't take off his socks.
Right.
Sagt Yingele zu die Ministerien und die Generalen. So Yingele says to the ministers and the generals, ihr seht, you see, wie dreht mit die Fies und will sie behalten. You see how he twirls his feet and he wants to hide them. Ich sag euch, I tell you, schleppt auf die Sachen von seine Fies. Take off the socks from his feet. Very cute. Haben die Ministerien und die Generalen sich übergeguckt. So the generals and the ministers looked at each other, I guess.
Yes.
Oh, they looked around.
So they looked around. Und der erste Minister, the first minister, is gegangen zum Ashmedai. He went to Ashmedai und hat heruntergeschleppt von ihm die Socken, and he pulled off from him his socks. Und alle haben das, and everyone saw. You can imagine telling the story to a child. As hat hinnische feet, that he has chicken feet. As wie a taival. What's a taival? A devil?
Devil.
Yes.
A what?
Devil.
A devil, like a devil. Haben sie schon gewusst, they knew, as is nicht schleimer, that he's not schleimer. Und Yingele hat sich dämmelt bewiesen vor allem und hat gesagt, and so Yingele came, they saw him. He became alive again, right? He's not invisible anymore.
Yes, yeah. He showed himself to everyone.
He showed himself, and he said, wundert sich nicht. Don't be so wondered.
Don't be surprised.
Don't be surprised.
Oh, don't be so surprised. Ich bin Yingele. I'm Yingele. Mein Wunder. Mein Wunderringele, my wonderful ring, hat das als aufgetan. My wonderful ring did all of this.
It's not wonderful. It's my magic ring. Magic ring.
Oh, my Wunder, right? My magic ring. Hat das did all this. Ich hab euch Schleime hergebracht. I even brought Schleime here. Steht in draußen. He's standing outside. Geht, ruft ihm rein. Go, bring him in. Und du Ashmedai, and you Ashmedai, sollst itster verschleudert
werden.
Verschleudert werden über all die Puste Wälder und all die Vista-Felder. I'm not sure what that means. What's verschleudert? Get lost?
Like spread out or
vanished.
Not exactly vanish.
Does it mean duped and fooled or no?
No, it's not.
No, you should be dragged through those empty fields and
you should.
I think it's vanished.
Or dispersed?
Dispersed.
That's the
on
word.
all the fields and all the Vista Felder, the terrible Felder.
What does it mean? Verschleudert?
They're sort of banishing him to all the Pusta Felder and Vista Felder, all the bad places.
Puste is just a moment. Let me find again what is Puste. I wrote it down somewhere. Puste. Okay, so I didn't write it down. Puste is like Someone knows Hebrew, Shomem?
Pusta is Hebrew?
No, I'm saying the word in Hebrew, but
Oh,
I
you know
don't
it in
know
Hebrew.
how to say it in English.
Oh,
Pusta, let me find.
You mean worthless?
No, it's not worthless. It's
Which part are
just
you
about
empty?
empty,
oh, empty.
And the
empty.
saying is pusten past.
Yes,
Really?
all the empty places, all the
Oh, empty.
yeah.
It's nothing there, it's pusten past.
Yeah.
Mm. And Vistafelde, bad,
Vista is very spread
Yeah.
out.
Best.
very
Best.
bad.
fast. Mhm.
Azoi wie du hast früher Schleime verschleidet, just like you did to Shlomi earlier. You banished him. Shine in der Minute, right in that minute, nach der Schleime wird rein, right before Shlomi comes in, soll dein Teivlin,
Parzuf, face.
Nit
That's Hebrew.
uncovered. He doesn't want to, he doesn't have to look at your devils.
Yes, at your face. Thank you.
What's
you.
parsuch? What's parsuch?
Parzuf is face.
Oh, face?
Face.
But it's an insult, like your mug,
Mhm.
Really?
not a
So
regular
once you-
face. Your
Exactly.
ugly face.
Exactly, yeah. Julia, would you like to read, Julia? I saw you before. Julia, but you're muted.
I don't think she's here.
Yes,
Yes,
she
she's
is.
here.
She
Okay.
is.
There she is.
She is.
Unazoi is given.
Unazoi is given. Und der Ashmedai is vertrieben geworden zu Alde Ruchas. Und keiner hat ihm schon mehr nicht gesehen. Und Schleime Amelech is allein geführt geworden in Palaz mit Groß Paral und mehr hat ihm zurück angetan. Seide, König lachen, kleine Kleider und hat sich gesetzen auf sein Thron und hat zugerufen zu sich in Ringele und gekuscht ihm in Kopf und gesagt zu ihm, mit was soll ich erleiden, teure Kind, und wird sich gut machen für mein Schneemelech.
Sheni, Melech.
Okay.
Not Schnee. Schnee is like snow. It is
Okay,
second
somebody
to the
else.
king.
Somebody
No,
else.
I think it means second to the king.
Like Schnee,
But
Schneien.
you say Schnee.
What is
No, it's the Hebrew.
It's
Sheni
Hebrew
Lamelech.
for two.
Balainen is to reward.
Second to the king.
Second to the king.
My viceroy.
Yes.
Can we have a translation of that whole, what you just read?
That whole sentence was a paragraph.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
We
no,
really
sure.
need a translation.
Maybe Beverly can do that.
I just translated someone else.
How about Moishe?
What is Beloinen?
Reward.
Reward.
With what can I reward you, my dear child? Maybe by making you my viceroy, my second.
Can we have the whole paragraph, please?
Okay, I'm sorry that, I told you before that I will have to. So where are we and what did you finish reading, Julia?
Yes, I finished.
Okay, thank you,
I
Julia.
requested that we translate that paragraph.
Yes.
Julia read it,
okay.
but we need a translation.
Yes, okay, so Maurice, if you don't
Sure.
mind translating
Sure.
it, okay, thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Unazoi is given, and that's how it was. when the Ashmedai is vertrieben geworden zu alle Ruches, and Ashmedai was driven away to all the devils. Und keiner hat
Devils
ihm
of
schon
spirit.
mehr. What's that?
Is it devils or spirits?
Well, they're evil spirits.
Okay. I thought
Ruches,
it was
Viches is
spirits.
evil spirits. Und keiner hat ihn schon mehr nicht gesehen. And no one has seen him since. Und Shlomo HaMelech is reingeführt geworden in Palaz, and King Solomon was brought into the palace with groß Parade, with a great celebration, a parade. Und hat ihm zurück umgetan seine königliche Kleider. And they clothed him again in his royal robes. Und hat sich gesetzt auf sein Thron, and he sat on his throne. Und hat zugerufen zu sich, and he called to him, Ingele, Ringele, and he kushed him, and he kissed him in Kopf, in his face, in his head, und gesucht, and he said to him, Mit was soll ich dich belohnen? How, with what shall I reward you, teuer Kind, dear child? Ich will dich gut machen von mein Shani Limelech. I will make you my second in command, my viceroy.
Okay, thank you. Thank you,
Great,
Maurice.
thank you.
Feigl, I saw that you raised your hand. I just waited for everyone to finish the reading. So
Well,
Feigl.
it was about that word in the vista. I'm not sure how you all translate it, but I think it means deserted or forlorn.
Deserted,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
Deserted.
right.
Mhm. Yes, yes, yes.
Sorry.
That's right. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so let's continue with Ingele. Why? Just a moment. Oh, what's going on here? Okay. Barbara, can you continue?
We'll try, thank you. Wat Hinkle Ringele geantwoord answered, ich will gar nicht von dir. I don't want anything from you, kluger König, a very wise or clever king. Ich wollt nur wollen sein bei dir in Palaz und sich von der Hochma. So I want to stay with you by your side, essentially, in the palace and learn from you wisdom. As alle sollen auf mir sagen, so that one should say about me, as ich bin klug azoi wie Shloimeh, so that one would say about me that I'm as clever as King Solomon. Du weißt doch aber, Adnoi, Kinnig, you know us, nevertheless, Lord King, as ich hob, it's there kein Zeit nit, that I have now no time left. Ich darf doch gehen zum Kinnig, wo's auf jener Zeit, is it Teich?
Teich.
So I need to go, this is confusing to me. So I need to go, King. I'm not understanding Zeit Teich.
It's the king on the other side of the river.
The river.
Okay, so now I need to go.
It's another king.
To another king. Oh, another king on the other side. Thank you. Okay. Hat Shloimeh zu ihm gesagt, and Shloimeh said to him, ja, ich weiß, I know, aber der Tag ist doch schon weg. So the day is going on, und in draußen wird finster, and outside it's getting dark, und du musst noch erwarten, euch sein hungrig, and you must certainly be hungry. Tor bleibt bei mir auf Wetschere, so stay long enough for supper, und wirst da nächtigen, and you will tomorrow, und morgen Veschutu Gayen Basholom. And then you will go on your way peacefully or in good standing. Do you want somebody else?
Yeah, go on a little bit more.
Had Yingle Ringle geantwortet? Answered, ja, soll sein, wie du redst, so it'll be as you say, Adonai Melech, Lord King. Und Shloime HaMelech hat geheißen, greiten dem Tisch mit die schönste Machoilim und mit die beste getrunken. So Shloime arranged, called for the best, for a large table, largesse, table with largesse, with the finest foods and with the best drink. Als for Yingele Ringele, everything on behalf for Yingele Ringele. Und Shloime allein hat aufgehoben a großen Becher mit Wein und hat gesagt, and Shloime himself lifted a large goblet of wine and said, "Das, okay?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Karen,
thank you.
Karen, will you continue?
Das trink ich fahren Covid und fahren gesund von Yingela Ringela. This drink is to honor and for the health, for the honor and for the health of Yingela Ringela, welche hat mir gerettet von mein Unglück, who rescued me from my misfortune und mich zurückgebracht zu mein throne, and who brought me back to my throne. Is that translation okay, the first line?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Und alle haben euch geschrien mit Amol in ein call, and everyone cried out at once in one voice, lang leben und gesund sein soll Yingele Ringela, long life and health should be for Yingele Ringela, hurrah. Und die Königliche Kapelle hat bekovet Yingele Ringela. I don't know how to translate Königliche Kapelle.
Like the
It's a klezmer band.
like the orchestra of the
The Royal Orchestra.
The Royal Orchestra.
Hat bekovet Yingele Ringela aufgespielt a feinen March. They played a fine march.
Yeah.
A march, such a march, dass man spielt nur für den König allein, the kind that they would play for the king himself. Und noch ein Essen hat man Yingele Ringela eingeführt in a crystallenem Zimmer, and they led him into a glass room.
Yeah, a glass room.
Und man hat ihm gelegt, schlafen in a Bett von elephant bone, and they put him put him to sleep, laid him down to sleep in a bed made of elephant bone.
Ivory.
Ivory.
Yeah.
Ivory. Elephant bone is ivory. Yeah.
Ivory, yeah.
Und Yingele Ringele ist gleich eingeschlafen and straight away he falls asleep. Und wie ist eingeschlafen and as he falls asleep hat sich ihm genommen Chlome,
Träumen.
ins Dream, wie geht zum Malach, was auf jener Seite he dreams that he goes to the king on the other side of the river. Aber was es is weiter gewesen, wird später sein. But what happens further on, we will see later.
Good. Okay. And that's it. And that is for Vinkl and Ashmedai. There are a lot of other chapters. And yeah, we can do it from time to time, you know, just to ease things a little bit. Yes, Steve. You're muted, Steve.
That's when I sound the best. I have a question in on page 148.
Okay, so I'll go back.
At one point, he says, "Soll sein wie du redst, Adonai Melech." Yeah.
Let me see.
And then
148.
and later in the same sentence, when he raises a becher to make a speech, he says gezucht, and I'm wondering if he's using redst as a formality, like a king's pronouncement or something, or a king's request, as opposed to something that he just simply says, like he's a normal person, or is it just used for variance?
I think it's used for variance, but you know, you can. I don't know. I think it's used for variance.
Yeah, I think so.
You think so as well, Maurice?
I think so. Redst, zogst, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So they're more or less interchangeable then?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Okay. Any more questions?
Oh, you know, on the same page at the top, the word ibbenechtigen means to sleep over when he invites him to stay over at night. Ibbenechtigen.
Ibbenechtigen, yeah. Yeah, Barbara?
So I have a general question. This is just charming and fabulous. And it's just sort of gets me that our children and our grandchildren don't know about it, really. And they know Harry Potter, certainly. Is there any way, I mean, to think about this, is there any way we can do some programming that brings this to their attention? I don't know how we could do it, but
like what? I started translating.
Translation. Yes.
I have some translation, some chapters that I already translated.
Right.
But as I told you, my children thought that, you know, because there are Zigainers there, because there are Roma people there, and they are not portrayed in a very nice way, so it's not very politically correct. So the thing is that you will have to change some of it to make it politically correct.
Yeah, see, this is what I find really disturbing, is that we erase this culture because of this kind of a situation. So everything gets thrown out, the baby with the bath water.
Yeah, but how do you suggest that we can do a program with it?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. I'm throwing it out, and I'm just wondering if a bunch of us could, you know, just quietly exchange email messages and maybe come up with some ideas, because really this is fabulous, and it's a pity that the younger generations don't know about it, in my opinion. This is great.
I would suggest, Barbara, that you become a TikTok influencer.
Oh,
You have achieved that
That's
status.
it.
You can do whatever you want.
That's
Oh,
a
you've
good
got
idea.
something there, Steve. You've got something there.
So it has not
Yes.
been translated?
Every
I-
culture, in every culture, Romans are called different things. In England, they're called travelers. It exists today.
The,
But
the problem
by
is
a
that the
different,
first,
but we can't, but it is not politically correct.
the first two chapters are not politically correct. Then afterwards, it's kind of okay, because, you know, he has a chapter for almost every Yiddish holiday, every Jewish holiday. And that's
Okay.
really, really nice, because, you know, it is for Hanukkah, it is for Purim, it is for all things. So that's kind of nice, but how to bring it to a younger generation, I am open to ideas.
Oh, what don't they like in the beginning? I'm not sure I know what
He
is,
gets his ring, he gets his ring from Roma woman,
Gypsy.
from a gypsy. Yeah,
oh,
you
so
see,
what's
you
the
cannot
Can
see
we use the
gypsy
word
anymore.
Roma?
Roma is a
So,
gypsy.
Roma is a gypsy, so you have to say Roma now again.
Okay.
And, yeah.
so we'll
And,
translate it that way.
yeah, but you know, some
See,
things
the
are,
thought is that they're thieves. How did they come to
Oh,
it?
I see.
I agree
Ah.
with you, Mena. We can skip those chapters.
we can
Mhm.
skip
Oh.
those, but then you have to know how we got the ringale,
Right,
how we
how it
got it,
started.
yeah. How we got it. I told you, but you know, you have to tell the children how come he has this wonder ring, and what he's doing with it. And I like, another problem is it rhymes. A lot of the words here rhymes.
Yes.
And then you have to do the rhyming in English as well, because otherwise it's losing. But
I see.
Steve, you can rhyme, yes?
So it hasn't been
Sure, I
translated
can
yet?
rhyme, but it ain't no crime. One of the things I would say, and I don't want to get into a whole discussion about political correctness and stuff. I think, you know, that's kind of become a pejorative term in a way. And I think that there's just what people are asking for in a simple way is that, you know, a lot of times writers can be lazy, you know, and they want to create a magic moment. And it's just so much simpler and quicker to assign it to a group that already exists, you know, and use terms that have become in our age pejorative. You know, we see the same thing in literature that describes Jews, you know, that you know we would find offensive today, and if somebody translates it or brings it to the stage today, we ask only that they make these stock characters into real living beings, which is more work for the writer. So I think that there's a way of sort of having that magic moment created in a way that isn't sort of either dishonorable to the group that you're describing or creates some other kind of magic in which something happens that moves the story forward. Because that's really all it is, that they're not integral to the story. They're just integral to the moment.
Okay, that's something, yeah, that's something. So Beverly, it was not translated into English. I looked and I looked and I looked and I couldn't find it. So I couldn't find the translation. So, Rochelle.
Isn't there a children's story about Nona and the magic ring and the spaghetti? Does anybody know that?
Never heard of it.
Stregonona.
Stregonona, that's
Yeah, is
right.
a book where in the magic, she has a
Yes,
magic
yes.
pasta pot.
It's in
Oh,
English.
It's in
yeah,
English, right?
it's in English, but it's
Stregonona. And my
Stregonona.
son would not let me read it to him using an Italian accent, which I still resent to this day.
It's a great story. I loved
It's a
it. I read
wonderful
it to
story.
my son over and over again.
Oh yeah, it's a wonderful story.
No,
Yes.
I don't need it. I don't know it, but yeah.
Well, I think your grandchildren would enjoy it. I don't think there's anybody who is politically not correct in that one. Stregonona.
If you would like me to read it to your grandchildren, I will, but I demand to be able to use my Italian accent, which my son would never let me do. And the other thing I must say, my favorite children's book, he didn't like at all. So there you are.
I want to
Okay.
record Steve's un-PC Italian accent so I can play a recording whenever these discussions come up. It'll be great.
Steve, what's your favorite children's book?
My favorite children's book is a book that's out of print now. It's called, oh Christ, my brain doesn't work anymore. How Tom Beat Captain Nayork and the Hired Sportsman. It's by a man named Russell Hoban, who also wrote an amazingly interesting book called Russell Hoban, Ridley Walker, about a new society that evolves. It's an adult book about a new society that evolves after some cataclysmic event. But he invents this whole language. It's just wonderful. And this is just a great book about a child who just likes to play and is learning an enormous amount, but nobody respects that because you can't learn through play. You have to learn through memorization. So, I've used it. Actually, I was in an interview once for a principal's job, and they asked me what my most influential educational book was, and I told them it was that one. So
Never heard of it.
yeah, they never heard of it, and I didn't get the job, so there you are.
Oh, you put it in the chat?
So
You put it in the chat?
Yeah.
the book?
The name.
The name of the book.
Sure.
It's
The name of
it's
the
in
book.
the chat. I put the Wikipedia link.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
That's Stregonona.
thanks.
Well, that's
That's Stregonona.
Stregonona. There's another one now.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is,
oh, oh. What's it called?
No, that's
I'm writing it
Stregonona.
down right now.
Okay, you and I are going to have more conversations, Steve.
Yeah.
About what?
I assure you. No, we're going to talk about this issue, and maybe we
Which
can
one?
do something to bring Vinkl just to the public.
That you have to become an influencer. And once you do, two things will happen. One is your income will go up by hundreds of thousands of dollars. And two, everybody will listen to you when you talk.
Oh, I thought I might be targeted or marked.
That too.
Okay.
Okay, we can
Thank
open
you.
an influencer Vinkl, something like this. Yeah. Okay. So, any more either questions or comments about the Ingele? I can bring from time to time, according to the holiday, I can bring other stories. So
Yeah, that would be nice.
That would be nice.
I don't see it, Steve. It's not in there.
yeah,
Oh,
he just
here it is.
wrote it.
Oh,
Just
wrote it.
wrote it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. So, okay, so next one, we are moving to Canada. And usually you can say that, the immigration experience of Jews into Canada is very similar to those of Jews to the United States. So I chose another story about settling in the northwest of Canada, near Calgary, where Jews settled on the land. There was the Canadian, where is it? I wrote it down somewhere, yeah. The Canadian government issued a law, the homesteading law in 1872. And it was when the Canada government offered 3 land to immigrants in exchange for cultivating and living in the land for about 3 years. And after 3 years, if they were still on the land, they got the land plus another 160 acres. So it was quite a lot. And the Jews who had anything to do with farming in Eastern Europe, some of them took up the offer and went to Canada and settled there. And life there was extremely difficult. You can imagine near Calgary, the winters, and just farming the land was really, really difficult.
But how is it different than in Eastern Europe? It's also cold.
How it was different? because there was less anti-Semitism, and they got the land. It was different, and they had a community that supported them. Also, the Baron Hirsch supported them for some time, but not all the time. So I will send you for next time really a short biography of the person who wrote this collection of stories. His name is Elchanan Henson, and the name of the collection is Trader Ed. And Trader Ed is a guy that lives there in the north and goes and trades the furs and the animals and whatnot. The problem that this story is kind of boring, and he mentioned a lot of geographical names, so I didn't choose this one, but I choose another one, the Hasane, where the protagonist is getting married, but the description of the environment is so vivid that it's really amazing. So we will start there, but I see that Cookie raised their hand. So Cookie?
I was wondering if you people heard about the pogrom in Montreal, Canada.
No.
It was just a pogrom. They broke into Jewish stores and everything, like Kristallnacht.
Recently?
Amsterdam.
No, it was
No,
Montreal too.
She talks
Really?
about something. She talks about something else. I read something about it, but I'm not sure, so I'm
Oh,
not
it's
talking
horrible.
about it because I'm not
You know,
sure.
they show all the pictures on television. Terrible. In Canada, it's unbelievable, the anti-Semitism,
Why is it
unbelievable.
unbelievable?
Okay, but at the time that we are talking, at late 19th century, beginning of 20th century, that was something that Jews could, could have land. And they were saying it's not a lot of people. They're talking about 5,000 to 8,000 people. And then the numbers were reduced mainly because of the weather. But both our Canadians are not here today. Morty is not here and Michael is not here as well. It's, Thanksgiving things. But let's start and get the feeling of the story. Okay? Let's see if I find it. That's, okay. So it's called the Hasane.
If all the letters were that big, that would be great.
Yeah. Just a moment. Let me get to it.
Grazie.
Okay, Grace? Not Grace?
And it'll be off the page.
Okay. Vinkl, can you start? Vinkl, you're with us?
I was on mute. Die Hasana.
Okay.
Oh va, es brengt die Welt. Oh, woe, the world is ending, right? It's the end of the world.
It's burning.
Oh, Brent. Oh, it's for the world is burning. Is mein Plimmenikel Bertze reingelaufen in Heus, das Punum zu.
Flamenical is nephew.
Yeah.
Can it be a little bigger? Can the text be bigger or not?
Okay, that's good.
Okay, das Punum Zunterreut mit der Bläuigkeit von einem knackendicken Frost und Geschmacken Wind. Okay, my nephew Bertza is running in to the house. His face to right.
Fire red.
Ignited red?
No, fire
flaming,
red.
okay.
Flaming red.
Flaming red with a balloonist from Knocking
Funum.
from the blistering frost.
Yes.
And the wind, the geschmacken wind, the smacking wind.
I'm not sure how to translate it. Maurice, do you
I
know
think
the
it's just I think it's just a powerful wind.
the powerful wind? You know, it's a prairie, so it's really open. All the place is open, and the wind there is awful. That's what I read. I don't know. I haven't been there. That's what I read.
And this is like English. I'll bet you.
Yeah.
On call.
Minna, can you just move it a little bit to the right?
To the right.
A little bit. It's partially blocked by something on
Or
here.
the
No,
other way.
That's
no,
left,
the other way, the other way.
Other way.
Move it to the right.
The other right. The other right.
The other right. A little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit.
That's
Okay,
it.
perfect,
Perfect.
perfect.
Good.
Okay.
Well, I'll bet you, Uncle, as this is a room below. It's about 50 degrees below zero. Koim mit Taurus, the Hellbear, Vertreiben in Stahl. It's going to be difficult. Only with trouble we'll be able to drive the calves into the barn. Gebrickevet. Nicht gewollt weg von dem Stäub hay. I'm not sure gebrickevet what that means.
I think that they refused something like this.
Oh, they won't. The calves won't go. They don't want to go from their piles of hay.
Yeah.
Ich bin maskim gewein mit weil wenn ich hab gefüttert die Pferd und Behemoths beim Stäub, bei meinem Steug mit a poor Shaw frier hat mir der Atem verhabt von dem Frost. I agreed with him because when I fed the horses and the livestock by the barn.
I'm not sure what is Stoig. Does anyone? I couldn't find it exactly. Can
Haystack.
anyone?
Haystack.
Haystack. Okay.
In a couple of hours, a couple of hours ago, when I tried to feed the horses by the stables. No, what we're saying, Stoig, by the piles of hay.
Yes, haystack.
Okay, dear. I had to catch my breath from the frost. Die Luft ist gedicht und netteldick gehangen. Und mit jeder Atemzug haben sich die Noslöcher zusammengeklebt. The air was thick and the fog.
Foggy. And the fog, yeah.
And fog was hanging with every breath that pulled out of me. I guess
yes. Every breath that I took.
Exhaled. What did you say?
What a description.
My nostrils clipped. My nostrils were shut closed.
Yeah, they were shut closed, yeah.
Or die Augenlidlech haben sich geklebt und der Heygopel hat durch die schwere Händkes gebrennt die Hand. My eyelids were stuck, and the
pitchfork.
the pitchfork hat durch die schwere Handskes, through the heavy handkerchiefs.
No,
No, thank you.
handkerchiefs are gloves.
The gloves
Gloves.
burnt right through the gloves into the hands.
Wow.
I told you the descriptions are
Yeah.
amazing.
This is amazing.
They are frightening, but amazing. Thank you, Vinkl. Golda, will you continue? Dem
Tag habe ich gedacht, füttern die Behemoths a doppeldicke Portie hay. Dem Tag, this day, I had to feed the animals a double portion of hay. Anzufüttern a 50, 60 Stück. And he had to feed 50 or 60 animals. Pferd und behemoths, horses and animals von an eingelegenem Steig hay, from a eingelegenem, from a haystack of hay.
But
Wo man muss
eingelegenem.
heißen, mit
What is
Gewalt
eingelegenem, Golda?
Entschuldigt,
Eingelegenem. What is eingelegenem?
Saved.
eingelegenem,
Saved.
eingelegenem.
Hay that was saved.
A portion of hay that was standing there.
I think it means loaded.
Okay.
Loaded
Rochelle, what
upon.
did you say? Rochelle?
Saved. The hay that was saved.
Okay. It's saved. Okay.
So man muss reißen mit Gewalt jede Goppel hay, where it was necessary to use the pitchfork with a great deal of strength, I suppose.
Yes, you're
nicht,
right.
Nicht kein Spielachel, and it wasn't a game. Es ist noch gewinn dunkel, wenn ich hab sie von Stall herausgetrieben. It was already dusk when I removed them from the stall and drove them out. Dit gewollt der Reis von der Warmkeit. They didn't want to leave the warm. Die melkendicke Behemoths haben mir in Stall gefüttert und gemolken. The milking cows, the milking animals, really, behemoths, haben mir were in the barn. We milked them and gefüttert, gefüttert. What gefüttert means.
They fed the animals and they milked them in the barn itself because outside it was so cold and the animals didn't want to go out.
Und 11 haben wir sie getrieben zum Wasser. At 11 o'clock, we drove them to the water. Außer die Kelbendicke und die Kälber, 2 Mile weit. They drove them out to the water outside the
except for the small one.
For the calf and the calves.
I think that it's except for the animals that were, that were were pregnant.
Excuse me, Kelbendicker are pregnant cattle.
Yeah,
the pregnant. The pregnant and the calves.
Yes.
2 Mile weit, about 2 miles away. Die Fressseinen dem Winter gewinn als eins starke. The frost this winter was more fierce als die meiste Youth seinen Eis verfreuen geworden. A sluice is a small body of water that runs into a gigantic body. And it always runs, but this time it froze in the winter. And als die meiste Sluice seinen Eis verfolgt geworden bis zum Deck, and that they froze until the Brunnenwasser is nicht gewesen.
Benimtza.
Okay, Benimtza.
It didn't exist.
Yeah, it must be Lashon Kodesh.
It is.
There was no water. It was all frozen.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Now we will stop here because the description continues, but we are almost out of time. And we will continue next time, and we will continue with, learning all kinds of.
So we shouldn't complain if it's 55 degrees.
Exactly. So yeah. Vinkl, yes.
Did you already send this story to us, or did I miss it?
Yes, I sent the story. I'll send it again. I sent the story, and I sent some, information about homesteading in Canada. But I will send it once again for next week. Okay, so you will have it. But I already sent it. Yes.
Okay. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Thank you, Neely. Nice Thanksgiving.
Wonderful Thanksgiving, everybody.
Thank you. Elaine, yes?
Yeah, I was going to say that I don't know if you're aware of the fact that there was still partially, but there was a very, very large Frum community in Edmonton. Are you all aware of that?
Yes.
And
And
that
in
was
Winnipeg
started.
too.
Well, Edmonton was started by the Gurmazian family who built the mall there, the Edmonton Mall, and they funded a yeshiva, and they funded, they just funded everything. They had a very large family, a lot of children, and they needed it. And a friends of mine, their son became very black hat Frum, and was a rabbi. I mean, he became a rabbi, but without a congregation, basically to teach. And he got his first job in Edmonton, and they lived in Edmonton for at least 15 years. And my friend they didn't visit them very much in the winter because they couldn't take it. But basically what she told me, her son and daughter-in-law had told her, is that there was snow on the ground from, I don't know, from October to May, to April, like once they went for Pesach, and she said there was snow on the ground, and it was not just a little bit of snow, it's a lot of snow, and it snowed while they were there. So this description just, I wish I could send, that they don't understand Yiddish, my friend and his, but I should send it to, maybe his son does, I don't know, but anyway. But
well,
yeah,
it gets even better later. It gets even colder. So, but what a lot of the farmers, well, it was too difficult, and a lot of them moved later for either Edmonton or Calgary. They settled over there and did
as farmers, or when they
not as farmers, no,
yeah,
not as farmers. It was too difficult. The weather was too difficult. So they moved after a while, even though they had the land and everything, but it proved to be too difficult, and they moved either Edmonton or Calgary. That's what I read, at least. So yeah, so okay.
Isn't there a Broadway play, but I don't know where they stop in Canada And it's very cold. I forget, it's a very famous play, a musical. I'll have to find it.
Yeah, that's Danny, what it's called? The one
Welcome to Gander or something like that.
No,
Yeah, that's
No.
the one, but the name is different. Come,
It's-
come, come from
Oh,
come from away.
Come for away.
Oh,
right.
that
Come
was
from
the
away.
after 9/11 when the planes had to
Yes,
be
yes.
diverted there.
In
But I
Gander,
don't
I think
know
it
if
was
it's that
Gander, Nova
neighborhood.
Scotia or something like that.
Newfoundland,
Scotia.
Newfoundland,
Yeah,
I think.
I gotta
Exactly.
go.
Also
Zeig es
freezing.
sind
Also
haben eine
Zeig es
gute
sind alle.
Danktag.
Okay, yeah.
Also
A very
cold.
happy Danktag, like a very nice Thanksgiving to all of
Okay.
you. And if you have any suggestion, write to Barbara or to me about Ingele Ringele, okay? And we will see what we can do with it. Zeig es sind alle, and we will see you. Yirtz Hashem, we will see each other next week. Okay. Bye.